Have you ever wondered if there are enough charging stations to meet the growing demands of electric vehicles? It's a thought that's crossed the minds of many, especially as we navigate this era of extraordinary shift towards sustainable transportation. As of today, there are roughly 2 million charging stations across the globe, with the most significant concentration in China, followed by Europe and North America. This distribution, while seemingly vast, is not quite as evenly spread as one might hope. Urban areas enjoy a high density of charging stations but venture farther out into rural regions, and you'll find the density significantly drops. This geographical disparity poses a challenge for many electric vehicle or EV owners who live outside the city or travel long distances. And it's not just about the number or location of these charging stations. The availability of chargers at these stations is another hurdle for EV drivers. Imagine you're on a road trip, your EV's battery is running low, and you pull up to a charging station only to find all the chargers occupied. Not an ideal situation, is it? This is a reality for many EV owners today, especially during peak travel times. Then there's the matter of charging speed. Not all charging stations are created equal. You've got your home charging stations, which are convenient and great for overnight charging, but they can take anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to fully charge a vehicle. Public charging stations are faster, often capable of charging an EV to 80% in around 1 hour. And then, there are the supercharging stations, the creme de la creme of EV charging, capable of that same 80% charge in just 20 minutes. But these supercharging stations are far less common and more expensive to use. Now let's not overlook the fact that the number of charging stations is indeed growing. More and more businesses, municipalities, and even some generous homeowners are installing charging stations to contribute to the EV infrastructure. And technological advancements are continually improving charging speeds and efficiency. But as it stands today, there are still challenges to be faced. The geographical distribution needs to be more equal, ensuring that no matter where you are, you can find a charging station. Availability of chargers at these stations needs to be increased to avoid the dreaded scenario of pulling up to a fully occupied station. And while the technology is improving, we need more fast charging options that are affordable and accessible to all. So yes, the number of charging stations is growing, and that's a positive stride towards a sustainable future. But we're not quite there yet. There are still bottlenecks to be addressed, gaps to be filled, and improvements to be made. As we can see, while the number of charging stations is growing, there are still bottlenecks that need to be addressed. Now let's shift gears and look at the other side of the coin, the exponential growth of electric vehicles. In the past decade, we've witnessed a phenomenal rise in electric vehicle sales. This surge is not a mere happenstance, but the result of a perfect storm of factors converging. Let's take a closer look at what's driving this revolution on our roads. Firstly, environmental concerns are propelling the shift towards cleaner, greener modes of transport. As our understanding of climate change deepens, the pressure mounts to reduce our carbon footprint. Electric vehicles, with their zero tailpipe emissions, are a potent weapon in this fight against global warming. Secondly, governments worldwide are incentivizing the switch to electric. Whether it's tax credits in the United States, purchase grants in the United Kingdom, or ambitious emission reduction targets in China, policy support has been instrumental in fueling the electric vehicle boom. Thirdly, advancements in technology have played a pivotal role. Battery costs have plummeted by almost 90% in the last 10 years, making electric vehicles more affordable. At the same time, improvements in battery technology have led to longer driving ranges, assuaging the range anxiety that once deterred potential buyers. So where is this upward trajectory of electric vehicles taking us? Well, according to Bloomberg New Energy Finance, electric vehicles are expected to account for over half of all new car sales globally by 2040. That's a staggering growth from just over 2% in 2016. But here's the catch. As more electric vehicles hit the roads, the demand for charging infrastructure is skyrocketing. In 2023, there was only one public charging point for every 20 electric vehicles in the United States. With electric vehicle numbers set to balloon in the coming years, this ratio is far from ideal. In Europe, the situation is a tad better but still leaves much to be desired. For instance, in Norway, a country at the forefront of the electric vehicle revolution, there was one public charging point for every 10 electric vehicles in 2023. In China, the world's largest electric vehicle market, the ratio was one public charging point for every 6 electric vehicles in the same year. While this is a step in the right direction, it's still a far cry from the ideal 1-to-1 ratio. So, as we rev up our engines for an electric future, we find ourselves in a classic case of the chicken or the egg. The electric vehicle revolution is in full swing, but the charging infrastructure is struggling to keep pace. Clearly, the growth of electric vehicles is outpacing the development of charging stations, so what does this mean for the future of EVs? Imagine a future where charging your electric vehicle is as easy and convenient as filling up your gas tank. Is that a reality we can expect? We're living in an era where the electric vehicle market is booming, yet the availability of charging stations is not keeping pace. But don't worry, the future of charging stations has some promising solutions lined up. Firstly, let's talk about the increasing public and private investment in charging infrastructure. As the adoption of electric vehicles continues to surge, more and more companies are stepping up, investing billions of dollars into developing comprehensive charging networks. From startups to established energy companies, everyone is getting in on the action. Government regulations also play a crucial role in this transition. Many governments worldwide are setting ambitious targets for electric vehicle adoption, and are supporting these targets with policies that encourage the development of charging infrastructure. These regulations are not only pushing for an increase in the number of charging stations, but also for their accessibility and efficiency. Moreover, we can't discuss the future without mentioning the technological advancements that are shaping it. Engineers and innovators around the globe are working tirelessly to improve the charging speed and efficiency. Imagine a world where charging your electric vehicle takes no longer than grabbing a cup of coffee. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Now, let's delve into the concept of wireless charging. Picture this. You park your car, and it starts charging automatically. No plugs, no cables, just seamless power transfer. Wireless charging could be a game changer, making charging more convenient than ever before. Another promising innovation is battery swapping stations. Instead of waiting for your car to charge, you could simply swap your depleted battery for a fully charged one in a matter of minutes. This concept is already being tested in some parts of the world, and it could significantly reduce charging times and make electric vehicles even more appealing. And finally, let's not forget the role of renewable energy in powering these stations. As we move towards a more sustainable future, the combination of electric vehicles and renewable energy seems like a match made in heaven. Solar-powered charging stations are already a reality in some places, providing a truly green solution to our charging needs. While it's clear that we have a long way to go in terms of building enough charging stations, the future does look promising with several innovative solutions on the horizon. Remember, every great journey starts with a single step, and it appears that we've already taken those initial strides towards a future where charging an electric vehicle is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching.